Hello, my fair friends. I'm Ruby Ruse. This is Baby Bunny, and welcome to Fairy Fortunes. On today's episode of Fairy Fortunes, I'm going to do another reading for myself. If you have subscribed to the channel, you may know that I have started 2020 as my depth year. So if you would like to learn more about what a depth year is, I will have my previous video linked in the description box down below. But part of what I'm doing this year is that I am taking all of the houses of Geomancy and using those as my theme for each of the 12 months of the year. And February is for me the second house in Geomancy, and that would be the house of money. Money is kind of a difficult issue, I think, for many people, not just me. So when it comes to money, I really was kind of at a loss as to what direction to take in my depth year for that. I do plan to look at how I'm spending my money. That is a practice that I've done for several years now, is looking at where my money flows, both in and out of my life, and whether or not I approve of the direction that it's flowing to and going from and that kind of thing. But when it comes to doing my depth year and going even further and going deeper into the subject of money, I really was at a loss of what direction to take to that. So I decided to do a reading, and I thought it would be very interesting to share that reading here on the channel with you. And also, if you haven't subscribed and you're interested in divination and these topics of depth year and also with fairy creatures and different things, I do hope that you will consider subscribing. And to all of my subscribers out there, thank you so much for your support. So let's get into the reading. Missio Alfar is wise, her beauty and voice mesmerize. Desire she gives, a true love that lives, you'll find yourself lost in her eyes. The dragon has shown you her tail, your words she finds stagnant and stale. Your story must end, it's time to suspend, conclude what is done and set sail. The alicorn Albus observes, as witness she listens, she serves. Her reason and rhyme bring peace sublime, her duty is pure and preserves. Conuncio centaur is wild, capricious yet you'll be beguiled. Reverse and unite, converse in a right, his friendship you'll want reconciled. So in a standard 4-card fairy fortune readings, the first card represents myself, the person who asked the question. And here we have Missio the Alfar, which is very interesting. I often think that I have a lot in common with Missio the Alfar. The reason being for that is that the Alfars are very connected to creative endeavors. They're very focused on art and also singing. So that is why I often very much identify with the Alfar in the fairy fortune system. However, missio in Latin translates to loss. So I find that very interesting that it comes up in a question about money. And I'm not really afraid of losing money. That's not a fear of mine. But I have a lot of issues about money, and I think what it comes from is that loss isn't about a fear of losing money. The loss comes from is that I feel like I'm afraid of losing other things when it relates to money. I find it very difficult to talk about money because I don't want to alienate people. And also, it's very difficult for me because I feel like a lot of my relationships have been damaged by money. And I feel a lot of times that I don't deserve the abundance that I have. I'm laughing at myself because what are you going to do in these situations? I tend to laugh at myself when I talk about very deep things, and definitely these are very deep issues with me. So this suggests to me that for the month of February, as I continue my depth year and my theme of money, is that I probably have to address those issues that I have concerning money and why maybe I don't think I deserve to have abundance in my life. Okay. Message received. Moving on. The second card in a standard 4-card fairy fortune reading represents events. And here we have the tail of the dragon. And so what is a major event where I'm just repeating old patterns as the message here from the tail of the dragon. The tail, she shows you her tail when you're repeating unnecessary patterns and they become just so boring to her that she's trying to communicate to you that you are in fact beyond this behavior. So a major event, looking at money, okay. Well, then that's the direction, is that I really need to look at major events. What are major events that either cost me money or cost me what I think of abundance? How does it relate to my feelings of loss? So definitely my focus for the month of February is going to have to really focus on events and how I spend money there. The third card in a fairy fortune reading represents the environment, and here I have Albus the alicorn. So this to me suggests that I really need to delve deep into observation. So definitely coupled with the tail of the dragon in the events category. I probably need to observe how I feel at events. I really need to make some serious observations with events that either cost money or probably more than that, because my issue really isn't about releasing money and spending money. My issue, really, truth be told, is about receiving money. And what's interesting about this is that coupled with the events, I have a hard time accepting money. Go look on my website and see how much I charge for my readings. And not only do I not charge, oh my goodness, I do them for free all the time on my channel, which I do want to continue. I do want to have that option for people, is to give them the option of a free reading by letting me do it for all of you on the channel. But I think Albus is really trying to get me to look at the fact that I don't allow money to come in. Okay, be prepared, people. When I do festivals this year, probably gonna have to raise my prices because Albus the alicorn is telling me that I need to. Okay, I don't want to. Obviously, I'm really having a hard time with this. Oh, yay! Personal readings. Okay, moving on. Okay, the fourth card in a fairy fortune reading represents people. And I find that very interesting that I have Conuncio the Centaur in the position of people. Because Conuncio is very representative of repairing friendships. Well, not necessarily repairing them, but definitely, well, no, repairing them, because the message is reverse and unite. So when Conuncio makes an appearance, usually he's like, if you've had a falling out with some friendships, or if you've had some trouble in your relationships, it's really time to look at how you can bring them together again. Because what he's saying is that there are probably some relationships that are damaged that really are worth restoring. Not all relationships are worth restoring, but many are. And when Conuncio makes an appearance in readings, he's pointing out that there's something that needs to be addressed in friendships particularly. And when I say friendships, I'm really talking about not family, but people that have come into your life because they've chosen to and you've chosen them. So that is very interesting to me, because a lot of my money issues really focus on family issues that I have. So to have Conuncio saying, no, your issues with money need to have something to do with friendships. I'm really going to have to think about that. Definitely one of the places that I feel is a very important avenue in money is anytime a friend of mine gives me a cause that they're championing, if they are soliciting donations for a particular cause. I really do feel that as their friend, it's important for me to, if I can monetarily contribute to that mission of theirs that they're championing, that I really feel that that is an important thing to do. And so I can't think of a time when I haven't done that. But maybe in this position, maybe what this card is representing is that maybe that is the one issue with money that I don't have, that's a direction that I still need to pursue, that is something that I can hold to myself as a success. As I talk through this, I'm really going to have to say that that is probably true, because I very much look at my relationship with money as very much kind of a failure. So I think that Conuncio is really trying to communicate to me that there are many things that I do with my money that are very admirable, and that maybe I shouldn't be so hard on myself and shouldn't tell myself over and over again that I do not deserve abundance in my life, because there are many aspects of things that I am doing that are definitely worthy pursuits that I can look to and say, no, this is something that I'm doing that is for a good reason, is for a righteous cause. And I don't look at it as a way of buying friendship. That's not how I feel. Like I said, I only contribute to causes when I feel financially able to do so. But I do that because I don't see it as buying someone's affection. I feel that I am contributing to a cause that is part of their mission. And definitely with people who are important to me, I do want them to feel like I am a part of their mission, that I support them in what they choose to do and how they choose to contribute and be a part of the community. So I'm going to have to say that I'm going to look to Conuncio as that's going to be my inspiration, that there are ways that I use money and I use my abundance to perpetuate good and also perpetuate and fuel and enhance my friendships. So maybe this is an area where I'm successful. So yeah, see what you can do with fairy fortune readings. Yeah. So yes, so I have to acknowledge not just where I need to focus, things I need to improve with my money, but I also need to apparently focus on things that I'm doing right, the things that speak to me and things where I feel solid and can use that as my point of inspiration. I really do hope that you've enjoyed me laying my soul bare here for you today. I will have a follow-up on this video more with my depth year and my theme of money for the month of February. If you are also doing a depth year, I do hope that you will leave a comment down below and let me know how your depth year is going. And if you do have a theme for February, I would be fascinated to know it. Please share it with me. And as I said, if you would like to have your cards read on the channel, I am happy to do that for free. Please send me an email to rubyruse@fairyfortunes.com, or you can contact me on my website, which is www.fairyfortunes.com. And I will be participating in many festivals this year, and I will apparently have to charge more money there. So I do hope that you will visit my website to find out what festivals I will be at this year, and hopefully you will come and visit me at that festival. So with that, have a fairyful day.